Hello, beautiful people. So this week I did post on my Twitter that I was going to do my top 5 winter coat favorites for winter 14 as far as winter coats go. This winter has been really weird. It was mild to begin with. It was cold for like 2 weeks, and then it like got really warm, and then poof, it's like winter came, woke up one day and decided that, oh hey, I forgot, and dropped -30 on Toronto. It's been -30 for like the last solid 2 weeks, and I think a lot of people are getting sick of it. But to kind of start off this video, I wanted to talk about my top favorite coats as far as what to look for in a proper winter coat. There's a lot of things out there that you can buy. It's not just the top name brands that you are kind of stuck with coughing up the money for. Look, if you aren't looking to spend a lot of money on a winter coat, I totally get it. Not everybody can afford a $1,000 coat, which I don't expect anyone to, and nor can I on a regular basis. So as far as what to look for in a really well-built coat is something that's got a nice thick shell to it, because that's really going to keep you warm and keep you basically safe from all the elements. So you want something that's at least water resistant, something that's nice and thick, because that's going to keep the wind out along with the snow out. And then something that's insulated well. Down naturally retains a lot of heat. That's why a lot of winter coats are stuffed with down. So you do want to look for something that is down filled. Synthetics do work just as well as down, but they just naturally will wick moisture away a lot better, and they breathe a lot better. That's why a lot of performance coats, like ski coats, tend to not be filled with down, because down tends to be, you know, just hold in all the heat that you can and keep you nice and toasty. So those are kind of a couple of things to look for in a winter coat if you aren't looking for, you know, particular name brands and are just looking for a winter coat. If you come across something, look for something that also's got a hood. Obviously, as well, the longer it is, the warmer you're going to be, because the more it's covering you. So that's something also to look for. Now, as far as this list goes, I picked coats from all different brands, all different price points. Yes, the cheapest one that starts at $500, that is the cheapest. Do I think that's cheap? No, I am definitely no spoiled brat when it comes to money. I'm really good with my money. So $500, no, I don't think is cheap, but you definitely are paying. You're getting what you pay for, and the quality in these coats is nonetheless anything below par, as far as in my opinion and my years of experience when it comes to winter coats. So to start off this list, my number one absolute favorite winter coat is, and it's probably very easy to guess, is my Canada Goose women's Trillium Parka. Now, to say the least, I mean, I am in love with this company. I've sold it for 3 years. I have worked with my customers with getting them, you know, the knowledge that they need to know what is in the coat and what's going to work for them. And that goes with any product, but with Canada Goose, I love this company with like a passion. I think that the product is built incredibly well. It's awesome that it's made in Canada. It's a Canadian product, and yeah, I'm from Canada, if you guys haven't noticed yet. I love the brand, and I love all their other products. Do I think that some of the products need some serious tweaking? Yes, I think the style-wise, the way some of things are designed and the way they've, you know, styled certain things and the way they market their products, yes, I do think that needs a serious adjustment, and this company could do with some help. But besides that, I think that this coat is a wonderful coat. I love my coat. It is incredibly warm. It is built to be a parka. It's not the most flattering thing out there, but the reality is you're not gonna find something that's form-fitting, that's sexy, that's, you know, fashionable, that's, you know, really flattering and be incredibly warm. All the coats that I'm going to mention are built to be parkas. They're built to keep you warm and away from coldness and the crazy winter that we have faced and will most likely face if you live in some sort of environment that is cold. If you're looking for a fashion-forward coat or something that's flattering or cute, get a wool coat. Get something that's definitely built to look more flattering, because most parkas will not be that, you know, figure flattering or gonna look, you know, like Jessica. They're not gonna make you look like Jessica Rabbit. The winter is not meant to be sexy, you know, just bundle up and stay warm. Or at least for me, I would rather be warm than be freezing my ass off for 30 minutes while I'm waiting for the bus. So as far as the Trillium Parka goes, there are a couple of flaws. As far as the way they've designed the hood, I love it. It's a heavy duty hood. It is a downfill hood, but the way it's attached, it could definitely do with some help as far as maybe reconstructing, maybe buttoning down. I think the overall design needs some help, but as far as the way it's built, they actually rate their coats, so it's built for negative 25-degree weather. You can definitely push it with the right clothing underneath and a warm pair of boots, I think, and it's a 3/4 length coat. It is $6.95 retail price Canadian. It is an expensive coat, but you definitely are paying what you get, like you are getting what you pay for. It is a down-filled coat with fur. It is a water-resistant material, and I love my coat. It's definitely a sleeping bag, and it's not the most flattering thing out there, but I definitely love it because I've never been cold in the thing. Here's a picture to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. This is the women's Trillium Parka from Canada Goose. Now, moving into number 2, not any less better than the Canada Goose or any, you know, more wonderful. I think that all the coats that I've picked are very much on par with each other as far as quality and as far as the way they're built and warmth. I think they're pretty all considerably similar, I'd say. My second favorite is the women's long bear parka from ParaJumper. Now, ParaJumper is another company I absolutely love. I think they're stunning. I think they are fashionable. I think they've got a lot going on to them. Not only does the whole hood have fur in it and is massive, but it's got buckles, they've got patches on them, some of them have massive amounts of pockets. I do not agree with their bomber. I think it is way too short and is a crop top on me, and for $1,200 I am not buying that. But I think, though, usually how I compare it is if Canada Goose had a baby with Montclair, this would be it. ParaJumpers are a functioning winter coat. They are waterproof, they are breathable, they are down or breathable to a degree, and they are a down-filled coat. Their parkas are built to be parkas. I have had maybe one customer in the 3 years that I've worked in high-end retail complain about not being warm, which I have a hard time believing considering how they're designed. They're incredibly heavy, and they're heavy-duty, that's for sure. The shell of these coats are nice and thick. The hood is incredibly warm from the looks of it. I wish I owned one because I think they're beautiful. I wish I could get my hands on a Denali. I wish. It's a beautiful coat, and it's probably the only red that I can wear as far as colors go. This coat comes in a bunch of colors. Along with the women's Canada Goose Trillium, it comes in a whole array of colors. The Long Bear is a $1,195 coat. It is expensive, and hence I do not have one. I wish I did, but it is a beautiful coat. A lot of the features as far as the fur and the buckles, it all actually comes off, which is really nice as well. Along with the patch, ParaJumpers patches used to just be attached with Velcro, and they used to sell them just being able to take them on and off. And the last year, they actually stitched them on with a light stitch. So if you really want to remove the patch, you can snip the stitch and it still has the Velcro underneath. But now they are finally sold being stitched on, which I prefer, mostly because, you know, a lot of people tend to lose their patches, and that is a big thing that is common, I find, when it comes to their parkas. And the other problem that I really have with this coat is the collar of the coat. It's not designed very well, and if I could tell the designers in Italy to seriously redesign the collar, I would. The collar of it, I think, could do much better with some sort of a polyester kind of stretch piece, because basically most customers I find can't even do the whole zipper up. It's very abrasive against the neck. It's got a button and then the clasps are supposed to close, and to have that kind of heavy duty metal around my neck in the wintertime and then have a scarf and do it up, it's virtually impossible. Most people can't do it up, and most people don't do it up. I will show you guys a picture of what it looks like. I think these coats are great. They are machine washable, which Canada Goose is not. It's a dry clean only coat. But with the women's ParaJumper long coat, long bear, along with their other parkas, these coats are machine washable. You would just have to basically remove the whole hood or just remove all the fur, which is velcroed into the coat, which I think is really cool as well. It's probably the only place I would agree with having velcro on a winter coat, because anywhere else like past here, I'm not buying the coat if it's got velcro on it. But in through the hood, I think it's okay as far as having the fur attached that way. The collar, it's basically, again, it's buttoned down, and then the clasps are supposed to come around and close and hold the hood up. The hood is also extremely heavy because of all the fur that it has attached to the inside of it. Would probably do better off if it was designed to actually be buttoned down to the collar somewhere, because most of the coats that, most of the like customers that come in, the hood is like half on the coat. Even when it's on the rack, the coat is like half, or the hood is like half off the coat because it's so heavy. That would probably be the two features that I think they could really do with fixing as far as what I find wrong with the coat. Besides that, again, it's a heavy coat, it's a parka, it's going to keep you warm, it's designed to keep you warm, and I think it's just overall a beautiful coat. It is more form-fitting than the picture looks, and then most of the time on the rack it looks like a sleeping bag. You really do need to get this coat on, and you'll realize how figure-flattering it actually is in through the waist. So moving on to number 3, as far as parkas go, my number 3 favorite parka that was available this winter was a new one, and I had never seen it before, mostly because it never existed before, but Arcteryx created a parka for women called the Patera parka. I think it was one of the most beautiful coats I had seen in recent years, and this year for sure. I think it is a beautiful coat. It's another amazing, like incredible design creation from the world of Arcteryx. If you are looking for a waterproof, down-filled, stunning, clean, classic, form-fitting winter coat, this is probably as closest to that as you're ever going to get. It doesn't have any fur on it. It doesn't have any crazy metal zippers or any huge labels. It's an incredibly clean cut coat. It doesn't have a lot going on to it, but the technology that is in this coat is just mind-blowing. Arcteryx hadn't touched down in a very long time, up until about last year when they finally made some down sweaters, and I thought they did an amazing job with that, which made me so happy to see that they actually created a parka. I will show you guys a picture of it because it's really hard to describe with imagining as far as the simplicity of it. I think it fits incredibly well when it comes to most of my customers I've put in. It's incredibly simple. It doesn't have much going on to it. It's got a tiny kind of faux belt that snaps down. It's just 2 buttons that snap down, a clean zipper, and 2 pockets. The hood really is just a nice big down-filled hood. It's nice and big. It does have adjustments through the side and through the back. That is a thing I absolutely love when it comes to the Arcteryx shells. Their hoods are really well designed as far as being able to actually adjust it and keep you nice and warm and dry. It is a Gore-Tex shell still. It's nice and thick. It is down-filled along with Coraloft filling as well. So they've definitely mapped out where the down is needed most. So it's usually through the core. It's through the top of the arms. The Coraloft you'll probably find mostly in running underneath because that's where we tend to sweat and get warm. But this coat is stunning. It's 3/4 length. It's a little bit past the knee, I find, depending on how tall and of course how long your torso is, but it's considered to be 3/4 length. The Patera comes in at $6.50. It is definitely a pricey coat, but it's built with amazing, amazing materials. This is a coat that'll last you a long time. Again, it's machine washable. It actually is with the right products, which I've talked about countlessly in my other videos, but this is another wonderfully built coat. I've tried it on. I love it. It fits like a glove. I love all it. I praise down to Arcteryx. Arcteryx and Canada Goose are probably my top 2 favorite brands out there, and you have my heart. That is for sure Arcteryx. Coming in at number 4, sorry, is probably the most inexpensive coat out there that I would be willing to cough up the cash for, which I did this winter for my mother, and it is the women's North Face Tremaya coat. It is definitely another heavy-duty parka. It does have a faux fur, so for all of you who are not fur fans, it is a faux fur that is removable. It is a parka that is built to be a parka. They are warm, they are down-filled, they are machine washable, and they are waterproof, which Canada Goose is not. North Face is a wonderful, like, this Tremaya is built to be a warm, heavy-duty winter coat. It is definitely comparable to the Trillium. I will hands down compare it. It's actually even longer. It's still considered 3/4 length, so knee length. It's a beautiful coat. I think this year's model was probably the best out of the past years that I've seen. It had magnetic buttons going down the front of it, zipper. Again, most companies can't nail the hood down, but it's the same deal with this hood. It's just attached with a zipper and no buttons, so I noticed that the coat, like the hoods tend to like start sliding off and zipping off the zipper. Guys, put buttons on the collars of your coats and snap these suckers down, because that drives me insane when I see the hood just hanging off the side of the coat. But as far as the coat goes, I think it is a wonderfully built coat. It is a down-filled coat as well. It came only in a couple of colors, and North Face doesn't make usually a whole whack-a-load of colors as far as their coats go with the parkas and the down-filled pieces. But it is a wonderful coat as far as the way it's designed. It had longer cuffs that I love that, you know, come down further, and they actually created cuffs so if you forgot your gloves, you could actually flip a top part down, and it was almost like, usually a lot of baby like bunting bags will have like the covers for the hands, and they did that for the women's parkas. I think it's just a quirky like added feature, which I think is kind of ingenious. I like quirky things like that. But as far as the way this coat is built, it's definitely one of the better of the parkas out there. It is a $500 parka. It was $499.99, but I rounded up a penny, so it was a $500 coat. I have heard rumors that apparently the Tremaya is not coming back this next winter. I don't know yet. North Face, if you guys want to give me a shout and let me know maybe. I think it's a wonderful coat for something with a faux fur option and still down and still incredibly warm. This is probably one of the best options out there as far as what I would recommend to put anybody in. Now, getting away from North Face, the next and final coat in my top five list is the women's K Parka from Mackage. Now, this is probably as fashiony as I would ever get with adding to this list as far as winter coats go. I don't think I would have put it on my list last year, but the way it seems they've redesigned the parkas is to be more of a parka, and it's convinced me that it's going to be warm as far as the way it's designed. I don't own one, so I have gotten feedback from customers saying that it is incredibly warm. With the way it's designed, it looks like it has an outer shell which is really going to stop a lot of the wind. It is a softer shell coat, and usually a lot of the softer shells don't convince me as far as being warm, but this one is a soft shell on the outside, the bagged down from what it looks like on the inside, and they have definitely fluffed up their coats, so they're pretty puffy, and then an inner liner as well, which has seemingly shrunk the sizes of their coats. Like the Mackage coats fit a full size smaller, if not 2 sizes. I used to be, I think, a small with no sweater and a medium with a sweater, and now I'm definitely at least a large in their coats. And I have not gained that much weight, that is for sure. And don't ask me about fitting you, because I can't tell from a number of height, like, for the people that have been sending me requests to fit them with just details as far as their weight, their height, and their bust size, honey, unless you're in front of me and I'm going to the store with you to fit you and fitting you in person, it's incredibly difficult to fit people with just the number. That aside, the K Parkas are wonderfully built, I think. They are nice long coats. They're 3/4 length coats, usually knee length and a little bit below. They're well fitted. I think, in my opinion, it's probably, again, as fitted as you're going to get to a parka. It's got a nice big fur hood, hood thing. A lot of coats and companies have caught on to this, like, look, which is kind of ironic considering Mackage has been around for a little while now, and now all of a sudden everybody is doing this kind of a look. Here is what the K Parka looks like. It has leather detailing on the pockets and down along the zipper. The hood is pretty intense, and the one thing that I like about the collar is it's nice and high, and it's like a soft, like, polyester stretchy elastic. So as a person that has to wear a scarf, because if I don't, I get sick easily, that is a wonderful feature. I love the look of the inside of the coat. I think I'm kind of over the big fur kind of hood look, but I love the big hood. I love big hoods, because as a girl that does her hair in the morning and then has it done bigger, and I have to squeeze a tiny little hood on, or a hood that won't even fit on my head, it drives me insane. It's just not going up. So I definitely appreciate the very large hood. It is a down blended coat. With the Mackage coats, it is a dry clean only coat as well, because the fur is attached. It is not removable. I think the coats are beautiful, though. I think they are designed well again, and I think they're pretty warm from the looks and, again, from the design. Of course, if you go up a size, or if you leave yourself the room to put on a warm sweater, you will be warm. Adding a warm sweater is just helping to trap the heat within your body and within the coat, basically. That's usually why I suggest leave room for a warm sweater, or at least a suit, because if you're wearing a suit, just a jacket or a blazer or, something, when it's -30 outside, I highly doubt, unless you've got a car, you're not going to be outside in just a t-shirt under your coat. Some people totally can get away with that, and, you are very lucky if you can, but I totally cannot. I have to wear some sort of sweater or long sleeve top under my coats as far as the winter goes. So for all of you who are looking for winter coats, good luck. The winter season is definitely over in the retail world. Unfortunately, most winter coats are gone, and most of these coats are gone, or at least at the store that I work at, and you probably will have an impossible time trying to get your hands on one now. If you are looking to replace your winter coat or get a winter coat, please start shopping in September or October, especially when it comes to these brands. They are incredibly difficult to find after November. This year was the earliest that I had ever seen us sell out of Canada Goose, North Face, basically any winter coat. We sold out by the end of October. Our racks were empty. So if you are looking for a proper and warm winter coat and are willing to spend the money on these type of coats, then yes, you probably want to come in earlier. They mostly don't go on sale as far as most of the coats go. The North Face tends to, and I just realized I did not tell you guys the price of the K. It is $750, and the Mackage coats, they went on sale for like a couple days, and then they were taken off sale and probably won't go on sale again. I don't know. Some of the coats, it really depends on the companies if they want to put them on sale or not. Canada Goose never goes on sale. Don't even ask. It never does. And I think it's smart because it really helps to differentiate from the fakes to the real ones. The prices never really change except they go up as far as Goose coats go, but from the sounds of it, it doesn't look like they're jacking up the prices. But this is my list. I hope it helps you guys kind of pick and choose and help with as far as research what to look for if you're looking for a winter coat. Look up these coats and kind of look at the features that really will tell you as far as what's going to keep you warm and what to look for in a really good winter coat. So my top 5, here it is, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Stay nice and toasty, and hopefully the winter will be over soon. Boo-hoo for all the snowboarders and the skiers, but it's winter has lost its welcome. Just, it's getting way too cold, and I'm totally over it as well. Have a wonderful night, guys, and stay nice and toasty.